What's up, buddy? How you doing? Let's watch a video. Watch this with me. 1985.
The Legoland King's Castle. You can build this castle and play with it for days. But you've only started. The box shows other ways to build these mighty castles.
Oh my
Or
God!
nice stand, or joust around to have some fun or march across the land. Each day there's adventure. Always.
Each day there's adventure. You know how exciting that is? Right now in my life, let me explain it to you. Each day is not an adventure. Each day is a nightmare. I wake up, I shit blood into a toilet that's too small. I'm bothered by these horrible cats that are running around. But if I had this fucking Lego castle, every day would be an adventure. Watch.
Something new. And the team that dreams tomorrow up is Legoland in you. There are 6 more castle sets you can.
I think I had this as a kid. 1985. That's like 2 years before I was born. This was actually 1987 was the year I was born, so this would have been the castle set. I mean, again, you don't buy this for a baby, but it's actually weird. I never got into Lego as a kid. I had some. In fact, I grew up not that far away from I think it's in Connecticut. They made all the Legos at one point, but I never got into it. I always was like, you can't really make anything that precise because they're these big whatever bricks. I guess I've just never been impressed with the Lego stuff. Point is, I'm off topic. I've learned about the Lego people. The Lego people, I thought I was obsessed with stupid crap. The Lego people are crazy. And the things they care about when it comes to Lego, the more I learn about it, the more I go, well, you guys are nuts. But this time I think they have a point. Because they're all complaining. And normally I would go, well, they're fucking Legos. What do you care? But they're complaining about a specific Lego thing, and I'm going, I think I'm with you guys on this. I think the Lego company really fucked up. I can't believe I'm getting into Lego controversy. This is fascinating. Hit the subscribe button. So, did you guys see this? Not this. I don't know who this kid is. 8-year-old boy got the coolest Lego arm ever. I don't want to see a kid with a Lego arm. Legos. How come? What is this thing with news sites where you go, why do they have a video of a different news article embedded in the news article? Can't you put a video about what I'm reading here? Lego Star Wars, or is it because I let it run? Yeah, there. Look, it showed it for 2 seconds and it immediately becomes a fucking video. Does everybody else have this problem I have? I don't want to see Lego F1 cars. I want to see the fucking Lego Death Star that everyone's complaining about. It shows up for 2 seconds and then I gotta watch a different video. Someone explain the future of journalism to me, because it seems like it just exists to piss me off. Lego Star Wars Death Star is the most expensive release ever, although I can't see a picture of it because it's got to autoplay a video of a Lego car. It's insanity. I want to see the actual Lego. Whatever. Ultimate Collector Series Death Star Inspire. I'm pissed now. I can't see a fucking picture of the thing. I got to go look at a different picture of it. There. Here's the picture of this thing. Lego Death Star. Because apparently you read a news article now, it has to immediately play a video for something else. Because we live in the fucking psychopath future where your attention span is 2 seconds long. So they have to show you a different news article during the one you're trying to read. Here's the Lego Death Star. I'm gonna see if you guys can figure out what the problem is as we read about the most expensive Lego set ever. Most expensive Lego set with the only one to hit a 4-figure price tag. There's really never been a $1,000 Lego set before. I didn't know that. The Ultimate Collector Series Death Star, $999, according to Lego's website, not including tax. Wow, it's trying to serve me tracking ads because okay, wow, $1,000. What happened to the internet, man? You used to be able to just click on stuff and not have pop-ups every 2 seconds. Here it is, $1,000, 9,000 pieces. Ages 18 plus. The exclusive Death Star has arrived, measuring 28 inches tall, 32 inches wide, 11 inches diameter. Lego, again, for ages 18 and up. You can relive your favorite moments from A New Hope or Return of the Jedi, or how about Rogue? Well, I guess it wasn't finished building in Rogue One. I can't remember. Also including 38 mini figures. So you go, well, cool. Hey, I know that the the Lego Millennium Falcon is like a big deal. Real quick, I just saw a black gentleman playing with it, and he seemed very excited. You think there's a lot of black guys playing with Star Wars Legos? I mean, I'm sure there's some. If I was gonna say who's gonna buy a $1,000 Lego set, I think it's white guys. And you get all these little guys to go with it. This is what the Lego people, for some reason, love getting little guys. Because you get ones that you haven't had before. Apparently, this purple douchebag who talks to the Emperor has never had a Lego figure before, so you got to pay $1,000 to get him. I will say it's cool. You get a Jalen Urso or whatever. What's his name? Fucking that actor who from Rogue One. You get Orsic. I think Krennic already had a figure, but I think the guy who built the Death Star didn't have a figure yet. So I think this is a new one. Purple douchebag's a new one, and you also get Stormtrooper with he's got a little Imperial logo on his trunks there. Apparently this is a reference to a Easter egg in one of the Lego Star Wars games. So, all right, cute. And I'll say this, look, if you're really like a Lego fanatic, yes, $1,000 is a lot, but considering right now people are paying $1,200 for a box of Final Fantasy Magic cards, seems like this is actually, at least you're getting something here and not just cardboard. Oh my god, the world of collectibles has gone nuts. But here's the thing. Have you noticed what's wrong with this Death Star and why everybody's pissed? Well, actually, they're pissed for two reasons. One reason, though, as we're going to see here, I brought this guy's video up. Let's take a look. I guess I don't know how he got it early, if this guy's like a mega fan or something and they sent it to him, or if he just was able to pay for it. It's not supposed to come out until, again, October. And he shows it off, like I was saying, shows off some of the new figures, and you get Jalen Urso. Where's that? Yeah, you get the purple motherfucker. Okay. So here's the big problem. Here's the big problem with this. Okay, I'll do the little problem first, because this is the pedantic Lego bullshit that I did not know about. Here's one thing they're pissed off about. Can you... Let's tell me if you can figure out what they're pissed off about. I'm trying to like focus on one of these guys. Let's see. All right, what could possibly piss you off about? I don't know which Star Wars guy this is. One of the fucking Empire generals. Because right now, Lego Star Wars fans are looking at this and they're going, "This is fucking bullshit. How could they do this?" And I go, "What? It's just like a guy. What's the fucking problem?" And they go, "The legs." And I'm like, what do you mean? What's wrong with the legs? What are you talking? I did not know about this at all. They're going, the legs, dude, look at the fucking legs. And I'm like, what's wrong with the legs? They're just fucking legs. And they go, they're only one color. So apparently, I didn't realize this. Lego has apparently two different ways of making legs. One is they're all one color. And the other way of making the legs is, I guess they call it dual molded. Which basically, I was like, what does that mean? Spelling it wrong. Proving dual molded legs means it's, even though it's one piece, it's one hunk of plastic, I guess they print part of it in one color, and they print another part in a second color, so it looks like they're wearing shoes. This is apparently very important to the fucking Lego people. I was like, really? This is a thing? And they're like, yeah, dude, look. Nobody's got dual molded legs. They're all single color legs. Like, it should be black at the bottom, so it's like they got black shoes on. And I'm like, okay, I got two ways of looking at this. One is who gives a shit? But then the other one part of me goes, well, here's the thing. They are paying $1,000 fucking dollars for the Lego Death Star. Why not, if they really care about dual molded legs, whatever the fuck that, I think this guy's gonna complain about it.
So legs have been updated. Then of course we have Chewbacca. Nothing has changed here.
Okay.
R2-D2, which does have the back printing, which is nice to see. And then we have the controversial C-3PO without dual molded leg, which is just unacceptable.
Unacceptable, he says. The controversial C-3PO. Did you know this was a thing?
For $1,000 set. And it's also worth noting that you can go buy the dual molded C-3PO as a...
See, this is what... So I'm trying to figure out what's dual... And I think what's dual molded is, as we all remember, C-3PO has one silver foot, right?
Then, of course, we have Chewbacca. Nothing has changed here.
Show me C-3PO again.
C-3PO with...
So C-3PO, one of his legs is supposed to be silver. It's a weird detail that like nobody ever noticed until the movie started coming out in HD. And then this is just a gold leg with like some kind of silver printing on top of it, which is fucking unacceptable. The real Lego fans are going, this is bullshit. What the how could they this is fucking nonsense.
Out
Then I
stating
go,
that you can
well,
go
do they
buy
have
the
a,
dual molded C3.
yeah, do they have, oh, okay, see, this is what I don't get. Do they have a good point or not? One, you go, okay, well, if they really care about the fucking legs, give them the legs. But then this guy's saying, well, you can also just go on the website and buy a C3PO with dual mold legs for $6. And I go, I don't know who's right here. You know, I like, if it's just a $6 fucking legs and you really give it that much of a shit, spend an extra $6 to get the legs. But also, it's $1,000 set if everyone's complaining about the dual molded legs. I mean, I guess it looks a little bit nicer. I don't totally get it. Now, here's what I'm going to say. Obviously, I, like you, I'm pissed about the legs on the Lego little guys. It's the worst thing that ever happened to anybody. But I will say, I'm watching this guy play with this thing, and it's kind of cool.
It does work really well. It's cool to see the elevator.
It's got an elevator that goes all the way from the bottom to the top. It's got all these little module sets. It comes with a little shuttle that fits in here. Okay, and it's got even some of the slots will come out individually, so you can play with them individually. It's a little hard to skip around here. It's got little moving parts. You have a trash compactor with moving trash doors. There's definitely like a nice little bit of attention to detail. And again, I like this thing here where, like, because sometimes it's hard to set the figures up, there's little parts that you can take out to get your figures in there so it doesn't drive you nuts. Or just to take them down and play with them individually. I guess this would be Princess Leia's, what do you call it? Jail room, which as you can see has the dock bot in it. Jail room. Prison cell is what we call those, Vito, not jail room. And, you know, again, trying to replicate a lot of, like, famous parts from the series. We have a nice, this was, of course, where Luke and Han left C-3PO and R2-D2 as they went on their fun adventure. Nice little looking out into space. They have some little bits there to make it look like this is a window out into space. Look, there's a lot to like. You got the up here conference room, all the Empire guys talking to each other. You have the turbo laser operations room and some other clever little Easter eggs. You have here's Vader's meditation chamber. You have Obi-Wan sneaking around, deactivating the power, whatever. You have a what do you call it? Hologram of the Emperor talking to. I know this was nice. Sorry. So yeah, you have a Emperor Palpatine hologram, and then in Vader's room, you have a little, I guess, Padme picture to remind him of Padme, and also to remind him of all the fun pod racing he used to done. So look, this thing's packed with a lot of cute details. It's clear they put a lot of work into this. If you're the ultimate Star Wars fan, look, you could swing across the chasm as you make the bridge go away. I get it. But here's the biggest problem I have. I do want to show off real quick. There's Hot Tub Stormtrooper, who's hiding in the top left of the set, which is pretty cool. Here's the problem you got. Death Star, right? So when you're not playing with this thing, because you're not going to be playing with it because you're a grown man, I assume you don't wake up and run downstairs to play with your Death Star play set. When you're not playing with it, you probably want to have it on display, right? You know, just like, and again, this thing is freaking huge. Look at it. It's like the size of a man. This is something you want to put on a shelf. You want to have it a dedicated part of the room. And, you know, people come over and you go, oh, yeah, that's my Lego Death Star. It's very cool. Here's the problem you got. And this is the biggest problem. I will show this compared to the, and this is one that doesn't open up. This is the Death Star 2 that they did. This thing is freaking huge. It's gigantic. And I'm trying to find where it is in the video. Where is it? This video is going swimmingly. Here, you can see it from here. Where's the rest of it? That's it. It's a disc. Look, obviously making this thing an entire Death Star dome would make it way too big to fit anywhere else. Right? It just would not have worked. But I'm going to argue that if you're a collector, you want to be able to spin this thing around so that it looks like the Death Star. So you can have, you put it on a shelf and you show, I'm trying to find a good shot of the back of it because the back of it is like you would never show it to anyone. I don't know why this guy's video. Where does he's like burying it. Where did he put it? It's the back of it is just ugly. It's not the full Death Star. It's not. It's here. Show the back. Stop showing the sides. This guy's driving me nuts. There's the back. Fuck! I had it for 2 seconds. Guy has it for 2 seconds of his video. So you would never the back. You see all the like mechanisms and the whirligigs. Why would you not just have some sort of domed covering so that I don't got to see all this? Or I don't know. There's like so many ways that you could have done something aesthetically pleasing so that when you put this on a shelf, you can turn around and have the Death Star. Not a slice of the Death Star. Who wants a slice of the Death Star? And it could have been optional. It could have been, look, we know this thing is huge. Some of you are not going to want to put on this back piece that makes it into the Death Star. But really, how many more pieces would it have been to just print a couple more panels? It doesn't have to be a perfect dome. So that the backside of it looks like the Death Star. It doesn't look like the Death Wedge. It's really weird. It's really weird. I can think of like a number of different ways it could have been handled. I don't know what the exact Lego sensibilities are, if they're only allowed to use Lego pieces for something like that. But I'm like, even if it was like a cardboard or cloth dome that's stretched around like a Lego frame to make the back of it into an actual Death Star dome, but instead you got this weird flat wedge Death Star. And fans are going, well, I want to own a Death Star, but like, man, part of this is you want to show it to normies, right? You want your normie friends to come over who aren't into Lego, and you go, check out my Lego Death Star. And the problem is you're going to show it to them, and they're going to go, well, where's the rest of the fucking thing? And they go, that's not the Death Star. It's like part of the Death Star. You need to be like, okay, it's like half the Death Star. You know, it's cut in half. At least that. This is a wedge cut out of the Death Star. It doesn't make any fucking sense. It's fucking weird, man. And again, it sucks because I'm like, this is pretty cool. It's obviously way too expensive. I'm not buying this fucking thing. I don't have room for it to begin with. But if I did, I would argue, actually, and here he shows the original little Death Star, that this is cooler. Why? Because it's a Death Star, man. It's a circle. I think normies would be more impressed being like, oh, hey, you got an actual Death Star there. Or any other one of these cool Star Wars things. I don't know, man. Am I crazy? And look at the legs. They're only one color, which is infuriating to me. So look, I don't know how this is going to do for the Lego company. I don't know. I would say, though, if you're putting this on display, I'd rather have an actual Death Star than a half of a Death Star play. And now, I'm wondering if fans of Lego are going to come out with something to try and add like a dome shape here. Maybe there'll be an aftermarket solution to make this thing into a proper Death Star. I'm envisioning something where like hinges that could be folded flat against the set, right? And if you want to make it onto a Death Star, you would, slightly unhinge each of the flaps until you have this. But when you want to push it against a wall, you could push all the flaps back in and have it be flat. Instead, you just got a big, ugly back that no one should ever see because it is visually ugly. Like, look, you don't want anyone seeing this. This looks terrible. This is the section, I guess, that goes up against the wall. Hey, why not put like I don't know, anything. At least make it one flat color. Put like some sort of plate over it with a Star Wars logo on it. Something. I don't know. It's very bizarre to me. I guarantee, and here's why it's infuriating, is because I guarantee at the Lego Corporation there were designers going, we can't make a Death Star if it doesn't have the back half of the Death Star. And somebody at some point said, nah, it's not that big a deal. And now it's out, and everybody has the exact same complaint. They go, bro, I'm not gonna spend $1,000 if I don't get a fucking star-shaped thing. It's supposed to be an orb, not a disc. It's not the Death Disc. And look at these fucking Lego legs. It's bullshit. I can't believe it. For $1,000, here's a couple of quotes real quick just to end this thing. Let's see. Comments on Brickset say, sorry, not sorry. expectations. Lego has outgrown their playbook here. They're doing real damage to their reputation, harming their most loyal customers. How could they compromise on minifigures with a $1,000 set? There's clearly a gulf here between what Lego considers acceptable compromises and what the community sees as indefensible. For 1K, it should have all printed pieces. I guess one of the other problems is that a lot of the set has stickers on. I don't know anything about Lego, but a lot of the figures have stickers for the decals instead of having them printed on. And they're going, it should have all printed pieces, dual mold legs, more minifigures. You know, they're selling the most expensive Lego set ever. Why not go all out, show what we can do? Instead, they fuck us. They fuck the fans. That's not the quote, but that's what he means. That's what he wants to say. I don't know, guys. Look, I'm not buying a $1,000 Death Star. And again, up against the wall, okay, but wouldn't you want to turn it around? Like, this looks very busy. Wouldn't you want to turn it around and have a nice, clean Death Star to display? And then when somebody comes over and they go, whoa, what's your Lego Death Star? You go, oh, yeah, here. And you spin it around. You can show them all the stuff. Instead, you just have this giant open-air thing open all the time. I don't know. Doesn't work for me. Maybe it works for you. Let me know in the comments. Bye-bye. Learned a lot about Legos today. I learned more than I needed. Can you believe the legs? They didn't do the 2 colors. This is an outrage. I'm pissed.